Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I do appreciate you spending a little time with this old man today. Today's beer comes from Culmination Brewing. This is their Breakfast Can Wait. These guys are out of Oregon. I'm really surprised that Greg sent me this. He says, Breakfast Can Wait from Culmination Brewing. Bought this on recommendation from my favorite craft beer store in Stowe, Vermont. So they're shipping these things across the country. I'm not sure I've had anything from this brewery before. And they're saying it's a breakfast stout, but I don't see the name of the beer on the can anywhere. Breakfast Can Wait. It just says breakfast stout, almond, vanilla, cardamom. 11% alcohol. A breakfast stout is 11%. My God, if you're drinking this for breakfast, it better be the weekend you're not going to work. This guy can't drink an 11% beer for breakfast. I don't drink beer for breakfast, period, anyway, but I'm an old guy. Some of you young bucks might be able to drink an 11% stout for breakfast weekend. If I drank this, I couldn't drink it during the week. Because if I did, it'd be just like the weekend. It wouldn't be no difference. I'd have to go back to bed. It says here on the bottom of it, to take you through the darkness to the break of day. But I don't see the name of the beer on there anywhere. It says a stout after midnight. Yeah, maybe so. Not breakfast, after midnight before you go to bed. But it is an 11%er. On the bottom of it, it says it was canned on December the 13th of 19, batch 169. So, this one's about, not quite 10 months old, a little over 9 months old. Today is September the 5th. So, and it's not going to hurt this style of beer. I do appreciate them putting a month, day, and a year on it when it was put in there. They didn't have to. They could just put 2019 on it. But we know it was at the end of 2019, so we know exactly to the day how old the beer is. 2 thumbs up. 1, 2. So, very nice. But they don't have the date on it. They got their name of our Culmination Brewing, so that's what's most important other than what's in the can. That's what's really important. We got 11% beer, and we got the date on the bottom of it. So let's jump over to Untapped. Beer Advocate has it at 10.5%, so maybe they've done previous batches that were a little lower. This is at 11%. Beer Advocate, Untapped says it's 10.5% also. So both of them have the wrong ABV for this particular beer that I have. This is an 11%er. So I don't know. Evidently they've done it before. That's the only thing I can say. We have no IBUs. It says an Imperial Breakfast Stout. Yeah, like, again. You're going to drink an 11% beer for breakfast? You got bigger gonads than this boy has. That's all I can say. Anyway, looks pretty good. The pictures I've seen here on Untapped, it looks like a very dark Imperial Stout. So we'll see what we got here, guys. And big thank you to Greg for sending this one to me. I've not seen it around here, so I don't know where they're distributing it. Evidently he can get it in his neck of the woods. I've not seen it here. So, plain Jane silver can, stick on wrap around label. Final beer of the evening for me. Let's see what we got, guys. Very dark, very black, coming out of the can. Not pouring a monster hit, so let's stand it up here. Pour it straight down the center. We'll do the little swirly swirl so we can get a little bit bigger head on it. There we go. That worked. Usually does. Very khaki colored head on it. Nice tight bubbles on the side. Nice and creamy on top. A good looking breakfast stout. Breakfast? Not me. It's about almost 8 o'clock at night, I'm having this. So that's when I drink these kind of beers. I don't drink them for breakfast. I don't drink them for lunch. I wouldn't have it early in the afternoon. This is one of the beers I have. This is the final beer of the evening beer for me. Because all I got to do is just walk back there and fall down into bed. So, no light. Absolutely none. Pitch black, guys. Looks good. Impressive looking beer anyway. What do you think? You like that? Yeah, let's get it to the nose. Very creamy looking on top. Well, roasted malt, hints of maple syrup. It's not a bourbon barrel beer, but it smells awesome. Caramel, toffee. Might be a little bit of chocolate in there. Maybe a slight hint of a little bit of coffee. I'm not sure. I don't think they brewed it with any coffee. It may have been a breakfast stout. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about it. Smells pretty damn good. I am getting a little bit of maple syrup though. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Greg. Thank you, my brother. Wow. That's very tasty. Smooth for an 11%er. Wow. Of course, guys, you got to realize, I've done over 3,900 beer reviews. So something that I say, not getting any alcohol, if you're brand new to the beer game or not had any big beers like this, you may say, oh my God, that's the booziest thing I ever tasted. It all depends on where your palate is and what you're used to drinking. Now, if you're being used to drinking Budweiser, this is going to kick your face down in the dirt, no doubt. But me, I love these styles of beer too. Especially the final beer of the evening, for which it is for me. I wouldn't want this to be the first beer of the day. Very nice, very pleasant. This is one of the beers that goes good with those Maduro wrap cigars. Like I have right there. I really enjoy those styles of cigars with this style of beer. Wouldn't want a Maduro wrap cigar first thing in the morning, just like I wouldn't want this beer first thing in the morning. I want something a little lighter, a little mellower. Same thing for my first beer of the day. I want something a little lighter, or like a 7%er or something like that, instead of an 11%er. All depends on what you like, what you want to drink. If I was 20 years old, 30 years old, oh yeah, let me have that. I'll have it for breakfast. As long as I got a big bowl of gravy and biscuits and something to go with it, get some food on my stomach, yeah, I'll be alright. Yeah. But nowadays, nah, not so much. I don't want to have this for breakfast. So, you young bucks, have at it. I had my time. I had my day. I'll drink this for the final beer of the evening and not for breakfast. So, it's all up to you. Do what you got to do. Just don't drink and drive if you're drinking one of this for breakfast. Don't do that. Even if you're drinking at nighttime. Don't think you can drink one of these and drive somewhere. I wouldn't do it. You might get lucky. You might not. So, let me sip on it. It's right out of the fridge. Let it come up to room temperature. Sip on my beer. And hit on my cigar. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on about an hour. Tasty beer. Very enjoyable beer. Couldn't drink it for breakfast for this guy, but some of you young bucks can have at it. Please don't drink and drive. It's a bad thing, especially if you're drinking an 11%er for breakfast. Hopefully you're doing it on the weekends where you ain't got to drive nowhere. You definitely don't want to do this and have to go to work. You might cut your arm or your leg off or something. Man, just don't do that. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. So, very tasty beer, great final beer of the evening for me. Now all I got to do is walk down the hallway and fall down into bed. Final chug. Still getting the maple syrup. A nice sweetness to it. Don't know if they use lactose in the brewing process, but probably so, being a breakfast stout. Definitely getting the maple syrup notes. Very nice. Very well done. Final chug. Cheers. Very smooth and easy drinking for an 11%er. Very nice beer. Very, very nice beer. Over the Beer Outfit, they've only had 2 people comment on this beer, and they were both in the 4+ range. Good numbers from those guys, even though they're not posting a rating. over to Untapped, they have it at 3.98. I think it's better than that. It's got the ABV on the can, tells you that it's a breakfast stout. Got the date on the bottom of the month, day, and the year. Very nice. Very, very nice. To me, guys, it's an A beer. I'm going to give it 80 minus. I'm going to give it 92 from the, and Untapped has it at 3.98. I think it's better than that. So, it's going to get the A plus from me. So if you've had this one, Breakfast Can Wait from Culmination Brewing Company. Very tasty beer. I hope they're going to come to Virginia before too long. I haven't seen it. Of course, I would have to go to the craft beer store. This wouldn't be available at Kroger's or the little gas station beer, craft beer store that we buy a lot of beers from. I would have to go across town to see if they have this. I haven't been there in a while. So we shall see. If I see it, I will pick it up again for a go-to beer for me. And I may even re-review it if I can get a 2020 edition or a 2021 edition as the time goes by. So we shall see. So very nice work from Culmination Brewing. So if you've had this is the 2019 edition at 11%. And I don't know how often they do it, how many times a year they do it, if they've already put out the 2020 edition or it's coming at the end of the year. I don't know. Don't have that information. So if you've had this, let me know what you think. Breakfast Can Wait from Culmination Brewing Company. Thanks again to Greg for sending it to me. Very tasty beer. I enjoyed it. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.